files on there. It's a really cheap computer I got during like COVID, so I could do my schoolwork from home. So yeah, the computer isn't that great, but it doesn't run Google Docs, so my hair keeps so pretty, so I would type on that, but I got something else. I'll try to show you, but I'd have to hold the mic with one hand. It's a Bluetooth keyboard that I love the color and style of. Hair. I keep touching my hair, and it's gonna bug me when I'm recording, but it's bugging me now. Anyway, it's like a purple ombre thing, and it's a chunky keyboard, which I love chunky keyboards. I don't like the flat ones or ones with circle keys. It also lights up red when it's in use, so it basically looks like this. Again. Oh gosh. This is the keyboard, and I just have it Bluetooth to my iPad. Hair was really bugging me, so I just tried to put it back, which just happened. Anyway, here's the layout. After a certain amount of time, the keyboard lights shut off, and this is basically what I look at for my book. That's all I have. The book I'm writing about is pretty mature, I would say, so I can't say a whole lot on YouTube, I don't think. But it's basically called He's My Boyfriend because of this really possessive girl who's basically psychotic. No, she is psychotic. And she just goes after this guy who is already taken, and it's a whole thing. Dim my lights a bit more, so if someone were to walk outside my door, it's less likely they're gonna think I'm awake. And I can still see enough too. But I guess basically from what you saw in the title, this video is going to be about me writing my first chapter. I just realized that I recorded this whole first part in the wrong layout. I'm gonna fix that. Let's get started, I guess. I do have a general chapter 1 layout in a different app. I just kind of put like bullet points of what I want to happen and the page goal. I also started outlining chapter 2. One of the things I struggle with when writing a book and like its characters is everything kind of blends together and it sounds really boring. So I'm trying to fix that and make it sound interesting. Okay, this angle is better. I literally have you propped up on a tissue box. My little stand is on a tissue box. My throat makes weird noises. Anyway, great timing because I finished eating a snack earlier because I got really hungry and I forgot what it's called. If I can remember while I'm editing, I'll put it here. I basically have this thing where I can't physically like burp. So after I eat or drink and stuff, my throat just makes weird noises for like 20 minutes. And I happen to be recording. Anyway, we'll start on the thing that you're actually here for, me writing my book, instead of just talking about throat noises. So basically, this is the layout I have. I'm in an app called Free Note, not sponsored. It's just what I love using for taking notes as a student and doing book outlines. Basically, I have chapter 1 and the introduction down, and I have the bullet points of what I want to happen in the page and whatever other notes I need. I have other notes as well, and that right there is my chapter 2 outline that I typed out with my new computer. It looks really long, but then I read through it, and it's just really boring. Also, I want to say, my family knows I stay up late a lot, so it wouldn't be very unusual if I had my bedroom light on and they could see it under the door. I am known as like the nocturnal person in my family. Not that it's a healthy thing. I have a bad habit of staying up until like 4 a.m. occasionally. I am trying to fix that because in high school I'm trying to work more and I can't be running on like 3 hours of sleep. Also, I want to say I have pulled several all-nighters before. Let's not talk about those. I take melatonin gummies at night, and I think those do a little bit, but I also feel like they activate in the morning because I don't want to get out of bed. I don't know. All I'm saying is it's normal for me to stay up late. I just naturally am more awake towards the night, so at least my school doesn't start until 9 in the morning, Mondays and Wednesdays. I realize how quietly I'm talking as I rewatch each clip back, and also my words are like slurring together because I'm whispering, so I'm gonna gonna try and fix that with each check-in I do. But I also realize I am yapping and going on because it's 11:44 now, and I need to just stop talking and I need to start writing. So we're officially starting chapter 1 at 11:45 p.m. and I'm only aiming to get chapter 1 done at least most of the way tonight. Basically, the first run through my story is called like the trash draft because it's not supposed to be good. It's supposed to be telling myself the story and just getting my ideas down in a general format. Anyway, it's 11:46 now. 11:47 because I don't know how to shut up and I keep watching the clips back. Anyway, let's start. We're gonna ignore how immediately after I stopped the recording, I started dying. I swallowed wrong. Anyway, we're only a few minutes in, and I have a few sentences. It's not that great, but it's a start. I'll show you. We're this far in. I'm obviously not going to show you everything I write every single time, but I don't know where I was going with that. It looks really big because it's on my iPad, but I've checked, and it is in Times New Roman and 12 size font. So I'm gonna have to hope it's right. Oh yeah, I need to tab and everything. Anyway, back to writing at 11:55 p.m. Okay, we just made it onto page 2, and it's going a bit easier than I thought it would. I've started to pick up a bit more momentum. It is 12:01 a.m. I also just rewatched the time lapse that I made, and I realized how small my eyes look when I'm looking down. I'm widening my eyes like as big as they physically go right now. My natural resting face looks worse than this, but when I'm looking down, it looks like I'm typing with my eyes closed. Anyway, 12:02 a.m. and starting again. It is 12:14 a.m. and I just made to page 3. I changed a few things on page 2, which is why it took a bit longer, and I was kind of figuring out how I want the point of view to be and how I was switching from like a flashback already into the present again. It was like background information I was sharing. So I was kind of figuring all that out, and 12:14 just got onto page 3. Alright, it is 12:22 a.m. So it's starting to get a bit later. I'm not going to get as far as I kind of wanted to get, I realized, but I made it onto page 4. I'm going to see if I can get through page 4, maybe 5, and find some sort of wrapping up point and go to bed. Okay, so I technically haven't started writing again yet. I was looking through like my outlines. I have a few different ones. I have my book outline, my character outline, and I was about to start writing about this character, and I'm like, I can't remember what I said specifically that he looked like. It's because I didn't make a freaking description for him yet. So I'm gonna do that as I write and try not to make him blend with another character. I literally only wrote his personality and like what he does because he's not a huge character in the book, but he still appears in the book, so I need to kind of know what he looks like. I'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm literally just gonna put in like an editor's note. Like I'm just gonna put in like insert character description here or something like that, and continue on with the story because I don't feel like thinking up a new character, like physical traits and stuff. I'm just gonna do that and move on with the story. Alright, so it is 12:43 a.m. I just made it onto page 6, and I think I got to a stopping point. I'm not really liking how it's sounding, but like I mentioned before, this is a trash draft, so I don't expect it to be good, and I'm hoping I can come back to it later with better knowledge and wording. So yeah, 5 pages, not including the title page, and it's pretty just out there. Like there's not a whole lot of detail yet, but that's fine because I can add detail later. I'm planning to finish the chapter and then kind of fluff it up a little bit just to make it run a bit smoother for my first draft, and do that with every chapter. Like get the main part of the story down, fluff it up, and move on. I will say I'm glad I've gotten this far. I'm chapter, and I'm glad to finally be starting the book. Thank you for coming with me tonight, and we will see what I can do later. Hello again. It is 12:31 a.m., and I'm going to try to finish at least most of the way through chapter 1. It's going a bit slower than I would have liked, but at least we're completing it. The reason I say most of the way is for two reasons. I don't expect to finish it because it's getting late already, and it's also Sunday, the day of rest, so I don't want to work too hard today. I kind of set myself up badly for that because I say we as in my sister and I just finished recording episode 2 for a video yesterday. If I want to get that out on Wednesday, I have to work a lot, but I can't really work today, technically, because it's Sunday. Oh my gosh, my throat is making those noises again. And I also have to prepare for school tomorrow, and I need to start prepping for my PSAT. Anyway, the book. I'm just gonna finish the scene that we're in and get a few more pages done if I can. Please have some progress and fix up a little bit of grammar and stuff that I might have missed last night, and that'll be it. I have turned down the lights again, and I'm just gonna start writing a few pages if possible, and I will check in with you soon. It is 12:34. My throat. It is 12:34 as I'm starting this one, and I think I'm at page like 7. Okay, so I'm at the end of page 8. I was wrong before. I was at the very beginning of page 6, basically. So I did 6, 7, and 8 for pages. It is 1:01 a.m. I think I'm going to wrap up what I'm doing on page 9. I had written down in my chapter outline that the page goal for chapter 1 was around 15 pages. I think we'll get there because I'm already at page 8 and I have a little bit more set for the chapter. I'm just not sure how I want to play it out yet. Alright, so I'm at the end of page 9 now. It is 1:07 a.m. and I'm at sort of a time skip, so I'm gonna stop here. I need to educate myself a little bit more on basketball. I know, like, basic things, obviously, but one of the main characters plays basketball, and the next part is his game, so I will need to learn a bit more about that to have a better and more accurate book. I'm going to stop here and say goodnight. See what happens next time. Hello again, but it is the next day. We left off on page 9 at a time skip, so I'm going to continue from there. And I'm going to stop myself from yapping too much more because it'll make this video way too long. But basically, I'm just going to see what I can get through in the chapter. I don't have a specific page number I want to get to. I just want to make a little bit more progress, and we'll see how close to the end of the chapter we get to. Let's start. 12:25. Okay, so I'm at like the end of page 12, and it is 12:43 a.m. I forgot to look up things about basketball last time I checked in with you. I forgot to do it after that. So getting through this chapter without looking things up was a little difficult, but then again I can go back and fix things. I just have to start a vague but giving enough information that it makes sense. I think I'm gonna end the chapter here and start chapter 2. I'm gonna read more and sort of study the books I read for information on how to properly format some of the things I've written, like character dialogue and how I should properly write that. And I'll look into the basketball thing more. But I think I finished chapter 1 for now. So with that, I will end it here. I think that's chapter 1. And obviously I'm gonna fix things later. But for now, it's done. Anyway, good night, guys.